Welcome to the Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. Today I want to talk about sign language. Are you using sign language? Are you a culprit? Let's check out and see if you're one of them. So today I want to talk about sign language and why we as men should not use sign language as a tool to put others down or to win an argument. One of the things that I always say is that, and I've learned to get better at, is the fact that we should not be in our feelings when it comes to making an argument or debating a subject. We need to stick to the facts, and that's something sometimes I myself has been guilty with. Yes, I was that beta male that was the guy that got into my feelings, got excited about politics, got upset about things, and how can you? No, I learned to calm down a bit, and I've learned to be able to just to think things through. Back when I was in my church youth group, we always had debate nights, and one of the nights we debated abortion. It became heated, and because you had the one group that was pro and the one group that was anti, they had to make an argument for their specific viewpoint, and they had to try and win the argument, and there was obviously prizes involved. So they were incentivized as a youngster to get in there, come up with your best angle of debating this issue, and it forced everyone to think about outside of what their personal viewpoint was and logically look at something. At times, obviously, some things may tend to be a bit black and white, and others a bit gray, a bit more gray, and needs you to broaden out a bit more when it comes to your thinking or perception about it. So, what is sign language? Sign language, sign language, S-I-G-N. So the first letter is S, and that stands for shaming. You know, have you ever caught yourself shaming someone else when you are losing the argument and you get to the point of saying to yourself, internally you might not actually tell yourself, you know, this is what I'm gonna do, but you do it instinctually because that's your defense mechanism. So you tend to shame this person, telling them, oh, you this and oh, you that. One of the things is, now when we talk about shaming, you hear it a lot at the moment when it comes to body shaming. If you tell someone, you know what, you are getting a bit big, and if you go and put in some work, getting big and overweight and obese is an issue, and it leads to so many health issues further down the road and in your current state. So when you encourage someone, you know what, join me to go to the gym, or what do you think of it? I'm doing this, I'm cycling there, I'm running there, I'm doing this activity, I'm hiking over there, are you gonna join me? People tend to get offended other than taking the message for what it is and saying, you know what, I need to actually put in some work and I need to do better. So people say, yeah, you are fat shaming someone when they tell them they are getting big. No, the reality is, and the facts of it is, that you are overweight, you are unhealthy, and you're getting to a point of where you're going to have some heart issues, and you're going to have some health issues, diabetes, all the other negative things. These are not things that you've created out of thin air. These are medical facts, and we need to get out of our feelings, and we need to get to a fact-based reality to learn to live life on that level. That is something that I am pushing myself and day by day to get out of my feelings and to stick to the facts. So the first letter is shaming people so that you can make them look bad, so that you can take the spotlight off yourself and put it on them as saying, yeah, you that type of person. If you're a guy and you do that, that's extremely that's bad. I just want to say, I'll say that. I won't say anything further than that. But you know that you are a sucker in my language here in South Africa. We use Afrikaans, and we would call you a muggle. You are a definite muggle when you are shaming another man as a guy to win an argument. The second one is where certain people would up their game. And what do I mean by that is the fact that the I stands for insult. So you start insulting someone, the shaming hasn't worked. Now you are upping your game to insulting the person, and look at you this type of person, look at your hair, look at your face, look at where you work, look at where you live, look at what you drive. What do you are stupid, you this. If you are doing that as a man, stop doing it, because like I said, you are moho. Own the fact that you are moho and stop insulting others to win an argument. That makes you look weak, and it is unattractive to females that looks around that is around and listening to what this nonsense is all that's going on, and I'm saying to themselves, look at this idiot. So stop shaming, stop insulting people to win an argument, stick to the facts, and if you don't have all the facts, go back, do your research, and come back with a better argument. Or, you know what, apologize and say, you know what, I was wrong, you're actually right. So the next step, if shaming doesn't work, if insults doesn't work, they'll start going with the guilt trips. And the guilt trips is, you say this about women, don't you have a mother or a sister? And you are saying this about this, that, and the other. The guilt trips is pathetic. And you are trying to again win the argument by making someone feel guilty and telling them, oh, you have another one. Wow, you guys haven't visited in a while. Where are you guys? I don't see you. You know where I live. I've been to your place 5-10 times in the last whatever couple of months. You never seem to come my way. And then they use the reverse psychology and guilt tripping you for doing something. Don't be an idiot. Don't fall for that. So all I'm gonna say is the guilt trips, it will come, and it's something that you need to look out for and say to yourself, no, it's not gonna work on me today. And finally, if the shaming doesn't work, if the insults doesn't work, and the guilt trip that they try to throw, they'll throw the last gasp effort. They'll throw in the Hail Mary to get in just that one more, and which is the end, which is the need to be right. Women typically do this, and some men, if you find yourself doing this, stop it. Again, stop being a mujo. I'm telling you that the need to be right without the facts and just impressing your point because your emotion, I'm gonna tell you this is right. What you say, and you get hyper, you get excited, you get loud, and you are trying to drown out the other person. That is the weakest angle to come at when it comes to an argument. So stop trying to do this, having this need to be right. You know you're wrong. You know you try to shame the person. You know you try to insult them. You know you try to guilt trips on them. And now you are just getting to the point is, I don't care what you say, I will be right no matter what. That is something that is not attractive for anyone, and especially females looking at men arguing this way. It is not attractive and it makes you look very bad. So my final encouragement to you would be, stop being a mojo. Stop using sign language. Sign language is something that I've learned from a content creator called Kevin Samuels. It's something that I've known, it's something that I've experienced, and something that I've been guilty of myself. And I never had something to coin it, or a phrase that could put it together, and in being able to explain it in this manner. So I find it pretty nifty, or at least pretty good for him to have come up with this type of, maybe it's been around before and I wasn't aware of it, but I came across watching his channel that sign language is something typically that women do when they cannot argue the argument with facts, and they tend to switch over to emotion to shame, insult, guilt trip, and get to the final last gasp effort and Hail Mary to push or press upon you to say that I need to be right, and no matter what, A, B, C, D, F, right up to Z, you know how it goes. So I'm telling you, as men, in the manosphere paradigm, it's something that we are made aware of. It's something I've been guilty of, and something I had to work on. And I'm going to encourage you to stop being and not be a mojo, or another word, mampara, or just in English, to not be an a-hole or an idiot, trying to put someone down without the facts and not sticking to the facts. That is very important. When you're going to debate and you're going to debunk someone's opinion or what they've got to say, you have to come at them with showing stats, statistics, and data. And people hate when I say that, because you can't just live life with statistics. Well, you can't just live life of emotion and go on each and every emotion, go on each and every whim of what you feel like and how you feel like on that day. As a man, if you're doing that, again, I will impress upon you, stop doing it. You look like a mojo and an idiot. Get your facts together, do your research, and go out and be able to talk to people, be well informed, be well spoken, and push yourself to become better at being a public speaker and becoming more better in being better in articulating your point. It's something I am. English is my first-ish, second-ish language. We in South Africa, we have English and Afrikaans as two languages. I'm bilingual, so I can speak English and I can speak Afrikaans. And we have here in Cape Town, we call it on the Cape Flats, kombuis, or if direct translation, kitchen, what is it? Kombuis Afrikaans or kitchen Afrikaans. You know what? Whatever floats your boat. But those are the languages I'm speaking. So I'm learning to be able to be better in articulating my point. Sometimes I get tongue-tied and I struggle with getting the point across. And sometimes I got frustrated and hyped up in my emotion because I am frustrated. I am also, the emotion of what is being discussed is getting to me, and then I lash out. And I've learned to be able to suppress that and become more stoic in understanding that you don't need to win each and every argument. If someone is not going to be swayed and they don't want to listen to reason or logic, and that is not the basis where the discussion is based on, and that's the foundation of it, then you're not going to win. So rather talk to someone and have a conversation and build each other and build those around you where they are open to new interpretations and also open to facts and open to the data, so that they can be better informed, and you can obviously have a back and forth and look at certain things in a different way to educate you. So stop using sign language. It is something that's very bad for having a good debate. And I want you to go out there, have more discussions, inform yourself, read a bit more on the subject that interests you and the things that you are passionate about. And when you talk about it and you are going back and forth with someone about something that you're passionate about, make sure you're well informed and make sure that you are not using sign language to push the other person down because you are getting into your emotion and not able to articulate what you're trying to say using facts, data, and statistics. So I hope you enjoyed that one. It was a video from the Manosphere Paradigm. Yes, the Manosphere Paradigm, we're going strong, and we've passed 25 videos, and I'm pushing towards 50 to give you this information, give you this knowledge, so that we can teach one, reach one. You know, that's kind of something that I'm passionate about, so we can multiply and grow and get men to be on the level where we can learn to level up in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so that the algorithm can pick this content up and it can spread to other men to better inform them and also just help them to be the better version and best version of themselves. Cheers. Don't forget, click in the link, go and get your Manosphere Paradigm merch and support this channel. I'm out. Peace.